Find the limit as x approaches 4 of the square root of x minus 2 over x minus 4. We can use our quotient property here, and then the bottom, x minus 4, is a polynomial, so we can just go ahead and substitute 4 for x. However, when we substitute 4 in for x in the denominator, we get 4 minus 4, which is 0. And we're never allowed to have 0 in the denominator because that means the function is undefined at that value. So this function is undefined at 4. So that means we need to find a different way to compute this limit because the direct substitution does not work. We have a function that's involving square roots, so that means that we can rationalize the numerator or the denominator. When we rationalize the denominator, first you need to select the expression with the square root. So that's going to be the numerator for ours. So our top expression is the square root of x minus 2. When we rationalize the numerator or the denominator, we need to multiply by the same expression that has the square root, except you need to switch the sign in the middle. So instead of using a minus, we're going to use a plus. So we will multiply the top by the square root of x plus 2. However, we can't just multiply by the square root of x plus 2. So in order to make this multiplication acceptable, we will also multiply the bottom by the square root of x plus 2. So we're multiplying this expression by the square root of x plus 2 over the square root of x plus 2. Technically, this is equal to 1, so we're just multiplying this expression by 1, which makes it okay. So now we will multiply out the expression that has square roots in both terms. In order to multiply the square root of x minus 2 times the square root of x plus 2, we will use the acronym FOIL, which means we will multiply the first, the outers, the inners, and the last of each expression. First, we will multiply the square root of x times the square root of x. And this is x. Then we will multiply the outers, which is the square root of x times positive 2. And this is plus 2 root x. Next, we multiply negative 2 times root x, and this is minus 2 root x. Now we multiply negative 2 times positive 2, and we get negative 4. Notice that one of the expressions in the denominator doesn't have a square root, and the other one does, so we're just going to leave these separate. Now let's simplify the top expression. We have plus 2 root x minus 2 root x, and these add up to 0, so we can go ahead and get rid of them. Now let's simplify the expression. Now notice that we have x minus 4 on top and x minus 4 at the bottom. We can go ahead and cancel these out because they reduce to 1. So now let's simplify. And whenever you cross out all the terms in the top, you're going to have 1 on top. And then we have the following. And we're going to have an addition rule and a power rule at the bottom. So that means we can just go ahead and substitute 4 for x in the denominator. So we get 1 over the square root of 4 plus 2, which is 1 over 2 plus 2, which simplifies to 1/4. So the limit is 1/4.